Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham was fun, but I don't think it lived up to its full potential. It was chock full of DC characters, Easter eggs, and references up the ass, but I think some of the gameplay changes that had been made to it, specifically with its interchangeable suit system that had been present in the previous games, were becoming overblown and tiresome by that point in the series, and its story, while engaging and hilarious, centering around the Superman villain Brainiac and the various Lantern Corps, did have a lot of pacing issues within it, and left me kind of dissatisfied, wanting more when everything was said and done. In October of 2018, Traveler's Tales would release a spin-off of the LEGO Batman series, entitled LEGO DC Supervillains, which centered primarily on the villains of the DC universe. In my opinion, not only was it a vast improvement over LEGO Batman 3 being a far more rewarding experience, but it may just be my favorite of all the LEGO superhero games that have come out, at least as of right now. LEGO DC Supervillains allows you to customize your very own supervillain from the start, named the Rookie, who possesses a select few abilities from the get-go, but obtains more of them as the game progresses, becoming incredibly powerful and essentially the villain's equivalent of Superman by the end. The Rookie is the silent antagonist you play as for the majority of the game, alongside the members of the Legion of Doom you ally with, such as Lex Luthor, Captain Cold, Heatwave, Killer Frost, Merlin, Black Manta, and Reverse Flash, among others. The Hall of Doom is also featured heavily in all of its glory, acting as your base of operations, located within the murky waters of Slaughter Swamp, outside Gotham City. The story of LEGO DC Supervillains sees the Legion of Doom battle their archenemies, the Justice League, following a prison breakout. The villains are not defeated by their iconic adversaries, however, but rather a mysterious new group of heroes that appear from a parallel universe, calling themselves the Justice Syndicate. In reality, they are the Crime Syndicate from Earth 3, consisting of the evil Justice League counterparts, Ultraman, Superwoman, Owlman, Johnny Quick, Power Ring, Sea King, Grid, Deathstorm, and Atomica. The Crime Syndicate causes the Justice League of our Earth to disappear, and in their absence, masquerade as superheroes and secretly take over the planet. The Legion of Doom become upset that the Crime Syndicate doesn't play fair, which is the pot calling the kettle black, and have taken the Earth from them right under their noses. They devise a plan to eliminate the Crime Syndicate so they can take over the world instead. Lex Luthor and the rest of the Legion of Doom expand their forces, recruiting the likes of Gorilla Grodd, Sinestro, and Black Adam in order to stand a fighting chance against them. It's revealed that the Crime Syndicate had been transported from their alternate reality of Earth 3 by Darkseid in order to search the planet for a special artifact, a mother box, which houses the anti-life equation Darkseid needs to conquer the universe. Not only does Darkseid have the Crime Syndicate stomp out the pesky Justice League, having them teleported to his planet Apokolips and imprisoned, but he also sends his Parademon army, his son Calabac, and his commander Steppenwolf to Earth so they can subjugate it until his arrival. Even Granny Goodness gets in on the action, taking over the island of Themyscira, brainwashing the Amazon warriors there, and turning it into a new training ground for her female furies. The Rookie, Lex Luthor, and the other members of the Legion of Doom realize that the Crime Syndicate and later Darkseid are the greater evil and must be defeated. If they stand idly by, there won't be an Earth left for them to conquer when the dust clears. During a battle they have with the Crime Syndicate on top of the LexCorp building, Luthor betrays everyone and plans on using the Syndicate's apocalyptic technology to send both the Legion of Doom and the Crime Syndicate off-world so he can conquer the Earth by himself unopposed. The Rookie makes an attempt to stop Luthor, but their vast power accidentally opens up a boom tube, which brings the entire planet of Apokolips right to their doorstep. The Rookie, Harley Quinn, and Joker find themselves on Apokolips, where they battle hordes of parademons before reaching Darkseid. They are saved by the Justice League, who manage to escape from their prison. After returning to Earth, Luthor comes to his senses, and the Legion of Doom and Justice League team up to send Apokolips back where it came from and prevent Darkseid from acquiring the rest of the anti-life equation, which is now inside the body of the Rookie after they had inadvertently absorbed the Mother Box's power. LEGO DC Supervillains ups the ante with its story, and features one of the largest ones in terms of scale we have seen in any of these LEGO superhero games, incorporating other planets, alternate realities with the crime syndicate, and of course, a threat of universal proportions in the form of Darkseid and his powerful forces from Apokolips. I think Darkseid is lovingly done justice in this game. Being LEGO, there are some silly and humorous aspects about him and how he is portrayed, but he's still a badass at the same time, breaking you apart with his powerful Omega beams that you need to dodge or redirect to destroy useful objects to use against him in the environment. Seeing Apokolips brought to life in such a visually impressive way is awesome as well, one of the very few times you've been able to walk around the planet in video game form, maybe the only time. I could be wrong though. Apokolips, the parademons, and the members of Darkseid's elite seem to take heavy inspiration from the DC animated universe with their designs, Darkseid, Granny Goodness, Calabac, whereas Steppenwolf's design with his armor and giant electro axe is taken from his more recent appearances within the comics. I also have to mention how much I love Granny Goodness in this game. During her boss encounter, she knits a bunch of minions out of yarn that attack you, swings at you with her handbag, and throws explosives in the shapes of wrapped candies. It's hilarious and very clever. You almost expect giant homemade cookies to fall from the sky on top of you as well. And speaking of the boss battles real quick, they have been revamped in LEGO DC Supervillains to involve a bit more strategy, with you dodging attack patterns, looking for openings to retaliate, and some of them go through several phases as well. While most of them are enjoyable, there are a couple that can get really repetitive and last way too long. One of the worst that comes to mind is the battle with Solivar in Gorilla City, with you playing as Gorilla Grodd. It just seems to last forever. The boss battles in LEGO DC Supervillains can be really fun in spurts, but the combat found in these LEGO games doesn't have enough variety to warrant extended boss encounters. It's best to keep them short and sweet. If not, the player gets bored and disengaged. The voice cast in LEGO DC Supervillains is star-studded. Reprising their roles from the DC animated universe, you have Clancy Brown as Lex Luthor, Mark Hamill as the Joker, Jeffrey Combs as Scarecrow, Kevin Conroy as Batman, Michael Rosenbaum as Flash, and Susan Eisenberg as Wonder Woman. The legendary Michael Ironside even returns to voice Darkseid, which is just phenomenal. The first time he had played the character since Justice League Unlimited aired in 2006. Corey Burton also reprises his role as Hugo Strange from Batman Arkham City in the level within Arkham Asylum that had you break out of the prison from within Joker's cell, resurrecting Solomon Grundy using Livewire's electricity and taking on one of Strange's monstrous creations. I should also praise all of the voice talent that brought the members of the crime syndicate to life in this game, with the standouts being Nolan North as Ultraman and Gina Torres as Superwoman. They were great. In LEGO DC Supervillains, the city of Metropolis is fully explorable for the first time in the LEGO series. It's connected to Gotham via cable car, which bridges the Wayne Enterprises building to LexCorp. Metropolis is bright and sunny, whereas Gotham is rainy and gloomy. The surrounding areas of each city are also featured, like Slaughter Swamp, Belle Reve, Arkham Asylum, and even Smallville. When free roaming these areas, mainly the cities themselves, you can commit crimes and attract a wanted level with the authorities, and police will come after you Grand Theft Auto style, a neat little inclusion for a LEGO game centering around supervillains. I brought up the amazing and cheesy Batman 66 level that was featured in LEGO Batman 3. In LEGO DC Supervillains, the only extra one I really feel the need to bring up is the DLC one centering around Batman the Animated Series, specifically the 1993 Mask of the Phantasm film. It has Batman and the Phantasm team up against Captain Clown, the android that had appeared in the Last Laugh episode of the series, as well as the Joker on his jetpack in the rundown amusement park scene at the end of the movie. The level is pretty short and nothing too special, but the cel-shaded graphics are kinda cool, and I mean, what other game can honestly say it allows you to play as the Phantasm? All in all, I thoroughly enjoyed LEGO DC Supervillains, a lot more than I did LEGO Batman 3. I felt that the features included here were superior, the story itself was far more engaging with stronger antagonists in the Crime Syndicate and Darkseid, and the villain-centric direction of the whole thing breathed new life into this series. In terms of the future of these LEGO superhero games, honestly, I feel like there are endless Elseworld stories that can be told with them. So many crazy ideas, so many big villains they can adapt in goofy ways. I'd love to see another Marvel one centering around Apokolips and his horsemen, a Batman one having him take on Ra's al Ghul, or the mobster-level villains like Black Mask and the Ventriloquist. Maybe there will be one with the Anti-Monitor, seeing as the post-credit scene of DC Supervillains teased him. Either way, I hope there will be plenty more of these LEGO superhero games in the future, even adaptations of characters we have not yet seen, because they are really fun and scratch my campy superhero itch. I want to thank you all for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think of all the LEGO superhero games down in the comment section below, and if you would like to see more of them made like I do. If you want to help support the channel, think about subscribing and hitting that bell icon to be notified of all the future content I release on here. I will see you all in the next one. Take care and stay nerdy.